Alright guys, welcome back. Here for another review on some graphics for the XR650L. Now these are the XR only graphics, and I'm gonna do a little review on these. I just got these today, and I will be showing you how to put these. Well, actually I won't show you how to put them on. I'll put them on the bike and then I'll show you what they look like, but I'll give you a little review. As for now, what I'm doing is, if you can see this, you have to literally sit down, and I've started this. You have to pull all these little plastic pieces out of the holes. That's not very cool, actually, for what you spend on these graphics. If you just peel this back, these little holes here, they don't come off, and you can't just stick it on the bike like that and then try to pick them off. So I'm going to sit here for a while and pick all these off, and then I'll get them on the bike. And yes, I am watching a little motocross here as I'm doing this, but I'll get these on the bike, and then I'll give you guys my honest opinion. So far so good. Good quality. They're nice and thick, and I think they're going to be good, but I'll give you my opinion here in a little bit. Thanks guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. This is part 2 of my review. The XR's only, Al Baker's XR's only graphics for the XR650L. Now, I don't know if anybody like myself has been hunting for graphics for the 4.0 gallon IMS oversized gas tank, but if you have, you'll know that you can search till the end of days on the internet and not find anything that actually fits these tanks. This graphics kit is actually designed specifically for the XR650L that has the IMS 4.0 or 4 gallon gas tank. So this won't fit any other tank. So this is about the only one I found for it, and it does fit pretty well. Now I will say, going forward here, the IMS tanks are not made identical on both sides. So if you're setting this up one side to the other, you know, this side was a little bit bigger and this side was a little bit shorter on the fronts, so you have to do the best you can to get them lined up. Now what I like to look at is, you know, where the seat comes in here. You can kind of see where, you know, it hits the red on the seat, and try to get that lined up so it looks the best you can, but do the best you can with that. So I'm going to give you a couple little tips and tricks for putting these on. I've been installing graphics over the years, and this is what I've come up with. You can do it any other way you like. This is just what I like. So yeah, they look pretty nice, I will say. So I'm gonna go over some little tips and tricks here. As you can see, I'll try to get a little close up here. I don't know if you can see them, but they look really nice. No creasing, no bubbling, and I'll show you why in just a second. Alright guys, so I'm back. You're going to need to get yourself some 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. If you don't have any rubbing alcohol, do not try to stick these decals on your tank, because you're going to be extremely frustrated by the time you're done, and you're going to end up ruining them. So that being said, please just go out and buy some of this cheap alcohol. You can buy it anywhere. It's the best thing I found that works good. So what you want to do is, you want to take this alcohol, you want to put it on a nice, I get these at Costco, these yellow rags. I'm sure everybody's seen them or have them. These are good rags for this. Just wipe down the tank, you know, take and put it on here and wipe it down real good, get all the residue and all the junk off there, the dirt and everything, and then you're ready to install after that. I will say it took me a while to get all these little pieces of plastic out of these holes. Do not install these without taking all that out first. So you're going to spend some time, because you have to pop them out of the front, and then for whatever reason the backing paper doesn't line up with these little holes. You'll see what I mean. Once you pop all these out, you got to flip them over and take all the paper off, because they're a little off on the back, and remove all that stuff. So once you've done all that, you're ready to install. Second tip. Alright, second tip. Once you are ready to install your graphics, you're going to want to either start from the top, the bottom, one side or the other. Don't just try to stick it on there and peel the whole piece of backing paper off and stick it on there. I start from the front and roll it back on these. But what you want to do is you want to pull the backing paper off about a quarter of the way, fold it over, get this stuck, and then come back and actually put the graphic up here and see where it's going to sit before you pull the rest of that paper off. If you pull the paper off the back of this and you set it on there and it's not where you want it, you just ruined your graphics because you ain't getting it back off. It'll crease it or rip it or whatever. Just trust me. Just pull a portion of it off. Start, on this one I like to start on the small edge and work my way back. You could start over here if you want, but I like to line it up, along the edge here, just to make sure it's all going to work out. And then once you've done that, you got this stuck, you can fold it back. It's not going to stick. Check your layout and make sure it's good. Now if it's not, this little bit of edge here, you can actually release it and get it repositioned and stuck back on. So that's how you want to do that. Once you get it stuck on there in the front and you got this stuck, open this up, peel the rest of that off, and then start working your graphics back, working it from the center up, center down, and then center back. And that's how I done this one. And then here's the other little tip. Now if you don't have one of these, I would highly recommend getting one. These are pretty crucial for installing any kind of graphics. Now they do make these with a little felt pad on one side, which are good in some instances, but for my case I don't really like them because it seems like the little felt burns through pretty quick and you can't push very hard. So what I like to do is I actually take the backing paper once I get it on there and get it where it's at, and I work all these little bubbles out. I like to take the backing paper, lay it over the graphic, and then take the actual squeegee and then work down over the paper so you're not scratching your graphics all up. Work from the center down, work from the center up, and work it all out from the center out. With the backing paper, you just hold it up there with your hand, and then you just work all that out over the backing paper. That's going to keep this from getting all scratched up. There's another little tip for you on that. When it's all said and done, I will say these graphics have a ton of adhesive on them, more than I've seen on a lot of graphics, and they're going to come through the holes, and you can't help it. It's going to be coming out all over. You're going to have sticky stuff all over. It's going to be all around the edges. I'm sure you've seen people's graphics installed where they look good until you get up to them, and then the edges are all covered with dirt. It's been stuck in there. It's all stuck in the holes or whatever, and that is because they didn't do my final tip. Here is the final tip. So final tip, once you've got everything done and this is all installed, both sides, you got all this residue all over, you're going to take that rubbing alcohol and you want to put it on a rag, and you're going to clean all the surface with the alcohol. And it takes a while because it just seems like it keeps coming off and smearing, but eventually once you've worked it enough with the rag, it'll come off. Go around the edges, knock all that extra overhang. You're going to see it. It's going to be a bunch of adhesive overhung on the edge that shoots out when they make these, and that way when you go out and ride and you get in the dirt, you're not going to have a big black line or a bunch of dirt around there. Once you've cleaned this with the rag and the alcohol and it's all nice and clean, you think it's done. It's not. Okay, this is the final tip, and I'm going to tell you why I do this. I use Meguiar's Quick Wax. It's a spray wax, and you're thinking, what in the world? Well, there's still going to be some residue here and there. I like to spray this on one of these yellow rags, and I like to polish all the excess little blemishes, and this stuff will take it off, and then coat this entire graphics with the polish. What that's going to do is it's going to seal off any of the old little residue that you might have missed here and there from getting dirt stuck to it, and it's really going to make this easy to clean in the future and make it last a lot longer, make it look a lot nicer. So that's my little tip. This is just my take on these. I will say these turned out really, really nice. They're extremely thick. They're well made. they make the bike look, you know, really nice. So I do a little walk around here, but you know, from the rear they look, you know, really nice coming around the bike. They give it a whole different look. So that's my review. I really recommend these. These come from Al Baker's XRs only. If you look it up on the internet, that's where you'll find them. And this is for the IMS 4.0 gas tank. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this one. Just a quick one. Got a new gripper seat coming for this, and maybe I'll show that as well. And then I'll probably do a video and go over a bunch of things that I've done to this bike. And that's going to be it for about the XR videos. And we're moving on to something new. So, alright guys, appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and we're on to the next one. See ya.